All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mystery of the Druids here on Collect the Thing. Yes, it
Click the
may have been
thing.
it may have been a while for all of you, but it's just been a hot minute for us because we've just been scolded by Chief Miller, and well, we've been licking our wounds ever since. I don't think we'll ever recover from this, Burpot, to be honest.
No, we'll never be able to
I'd better leave that
enter a
here.
database, and we've just been crying and
Better leave
sobbing
that
about it
here.
since.
That's it.
I never
In
use the
fact, we're not even
receiver.
allowed to
The
Google
thing's
anything.
just too heavy. Using
Nope.
the loudspeaker is my...
Brent?
Oh, we got a
Hello?
phone.
We have an
That
answering machine with
you?
6 messages on it.
It's your mother. You know,
Is that
I
actually
hate
branded
these modern
SSE?
talking machines.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
I
mad.
haven't heard
They allow
Yeah.
anything
their
from
branding
you
to get
for
in there.
months now, Brent.
You see, this is in the era where some games thought they could get away with doing that, and then it all got
I actually
tightened up like a
remember,
year or two
yeah,
later. Yeah.
yeah.
Aren't any celebrating
There's also the
her
time where, like, you know, some
75th
places,
birthday
some
at the
brands were
weekend.
happy to have their
We
stuff
have
on video
both
games.
been invited.
And then they realized, oh no,
You
some
will
games can be
come,
violent.
won't
Pull
you?
the marketing, pull the advertising quickly.
Brent? And
Some
please,
games are just
wear
terrible.
something
I
smart. Do me a
think I said
favor.
this before when we were doing the
Oh,
bad movie
God.
nights, but I noticed like
That's all
one
I
or two of
need.
the movies we were watching had Pepsi in it. And to myself,
Brent?
was that maybe, you know, Coca-Cola doing a backwards kind of
Loudspeaker
like
machine.
brand
Nice
endorsement
way of avoiding
to
confusing
try and
phones.
besmirch Pepsi?
That is a very interesting
That's
thought.
my conspiracy
Hello,
theory.
sir.
That's what I reckon.
Your account
That's the
from last
conspiracy
quarter
theory.
has
You're gonna,
been paid.
That's me, yeah.
Amounts to
I think
you're gonna
whenever you
die
see
on that hill.
Pepsi, if you see Pepsi in a shit
Please see
movie,
to it within
it's
10
Coca-Cola
days, otherwise
paying
we
off
will have to stop
the movie
serving you.
to do contra marketing on them.
£275? Wow, that's my personal record.
Yeah, Brent, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be like, you
Hello,
know,
Mr. Halligan.
buzzing about
It's
that,
Melanie
you know.
Turner speaking. I was wondering why I hadn't heard from you, but Mr. Blake just called
I
and
mean,
told
Jesus,
me
if
everything.
Rascals called me and said
I'm
like I've
out and
got
about
300 left
quite
on
a
my
lot at the
account, I think I
moment,
was
and you
dead.
may have difficulties trying to get me on the phone. But if you need me, just leave a message. See you later.
Okay, so Melanie wants to talk to us.
Let me give you some good advice,
Oh,
Detective Halligan.
we definitely need advice.
Interfere with our affairs.
Oh,
It wouldn't be very
Ooh.
healthy.
oh, this
What?
sounds
Mm.
What's
threatening.
that?
That was very threatening.
Halligan, this is Miller. Damn it, where are you?
I'm in the other room.
Do I have to speak to
Yeah.
this damned answering machine if I want to get hold
Well,
of
bear in
you?
mind, we have like
If
up
what I
sticks to
need
France
you happen
back
to
and
be
Yeah.
forth,
in
so
the
we did go
department,
missing for a
I
day or
want to
two.
see you in my office.
I'd better
What?
leave that here.
Miller speaking. I've had enough. You better come to my office as soon as possible. Did you get that?
The chief. I'm glad I've got that behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go.
I never use the receiver. That thing is just too heavy. Using the loudspeaker is much more comfortable.
Much more comfortable because we don't have the graphics to lift it up.
That's
Never
like
use the receiver.
that
That thing is just too heavy.
I just
Using
find
the
that
loudspeaker is
hilarious.
much
It's
more
like,
comfortable.
oh, the phone's too heavy. I can't. It's like, my God, can you make this character any more of a wimp? Maybe we're a fucking idiot. Like I'm fascinated. I would love to talk to one of the writers and say, what was show me your work. What were you trying to achieve here? And then we have the levitating Larry again.
Hey, I've had enough. Get your
Oh,
paws
he's
off my
still
scissors, will you?
like that's some core.
I like to
What
think
is it
people
this
are
time, Halligan?
I don't think
Have you
people
ever
are
heard of an
tried this
organization
particular
called the
exercise, you
Circle?
know?
The
Like you
circle?
basically like
Is that some
lock your
linkage
heels
to the crop
together,
circles?
put on a
Okay,
table, and then try
forget
and
it,
like
Larry.
keep your body weight through like calves, knees, and
Where
hamstrings
can I
alone.
find Detective Stryker?
Striker? On holiday? Why?
I heard he was suspended.
Well, not exactly suspended. Actually, the chief did advise him to take his annual holiday.
As a reward for his outstanding achievements in the
Mhm.
skeleton murders, I suppose.
Listen, Halligan, your jokes are starting to get on my nerves. I suggest you leave now.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, Lowry.
Why do you make it sound like a threat, Halligan? Like, I'll talk to you
What is
later,
it this
listen,
time,
Larry.
Halligan?
I'd really like to know
He's just
how
heard
a
the threatening
drag-out like you
answering
managed to get a
machine
date
message,
with
and he's like,
Janet.
I could talk
Well,
like
you
that
know
too.
what, Halligan? Women do like a winner,
I can be
don't they?
really angry when I
Janet
want
is
to.
no exception.
Like right
We went to the
now.
Palace yesterday.
Grrr.
The new Schwarzenegger film.
You know how to handle women, don't you?
Of course.
That works, by the way.
Janet said she
If
found
you
it
want to, like,
disgusting, but I
get a
know
hot day
for
with a
fact
woman,
that she was
just bring
very
Arnie into the
genuine.
conversation.
Women are like that. Do you understand?
Like, nothing really makes a date perfect without watching Kindergarten
What
Cop, you know?
amazes me is why a woman like her should find your boring stories about cars, sports, and action films
This man has
so
definitely
entertaining.
talked to a real life
Halligan,
woman.
I'm sure you didn't come to tell me that. What do you really want?
It's like, yes, I know
How to
women.
operate the cop
One of them
watch.
isn't, and I know two of them actually. Technically, one of them is my mother,
But you're
and
not
the other is my
gonna tell
sister.
me.
But I know women.
You
I've
really
met
are a
women
clever
before.
boy,
I think,
Halligan.
maybe, possibly.
You're a really nice person, Lowry.
I do my best.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, Lowry.
Like, you don't have to, Brent. You know, kind of like, you have a choice in the matter. But yes, now the problem here is that we're trying to get the scissors off Larry. He won't give it to us because he's an arsehole, and we're an arsehole. So basically, no one in Scotland Yard likes this guy. Is the moral of the story? Like,
Understandable.
yeah, I do too. To be honest, like, there's not much to like about this character, really. Like, I choose to believe that the bust of Conan Doyle outside his office is by all means ironic. It's like, oh, look, here's our best detective here. Here's fucking Sherlock Holmes on the case.
Hello, Janet.
Here's another important core exercise for you.
Actually, I did watch
See that?
a documentary
What is
about Sir
it?
Arthur Conan
Have you
Doyle
forgotten something?
and his love of the occult. He would actually be all up in this druid shit.
Well,
Yes, I believe
actually,
he
no.
thought fairies were
I
real,
just
didn't he?
thought I'd drop in.
Just do me a favour, Brent, and don't keep me from doing my work all the time.
End conversation. Like, just as a PS to this playthrough, we need to like all try some of the like the postures from this game because the Larry one is obviously impossible. The Janet one just looks
Work like that.
uncomfortable.
You don't hear anything,
Like
and nothing happens.
like her back is still like arched as she's turning. So it's like you're basically like squeezing your diaphragm to do that.
It would make some calendar.
I never
Wouldn't
use
it?
the
Yeah.
receiver. That thing is just too heavy. Using the loudspeaker is much more comfortable. I never use the receiver. That thing is just too heavy. Using the loudspeaker is much more comfortable.
So there's a bit of a puzzle going on here, and I'm sure you can tell.
911. Emergency. How can I help you? I
No, what we're
can't
doing
get
is
into the database.
So this is another one of those like very old school copy protection puzzles. I think in the game manual, when you get your case file, you know what everyone's phone extensions are in Scotland Yard.
Scotland
Oh.
Yard Detective Lowry.
Okay.
Miller speaking. I've had enough. You better come to my office as soon as possible.
So without the manual, how are
Hear
you
that?
to know their extensions?
Oh, of course,
You don't.
sir. I'm coming.
So
On
it
my
is
way.
essentially it's proof that you've actually bought the game. But again, the copy protection puzzle like this is normally at the start or in the first hour of the game, not halfway fucking through it. It's like, my God, you can't even do your own fucking anti-piracy rights. Like, it's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
And incidentally, that's a puzzle, by the way, that is done to death. You know, the whole the phone to
Lowry is in there.
like
rather
having two
than
phones
me.
talk to each other. I think some movies do it as well. It's completely bollocks. Like, that physically can't happen. I believe Mythbusters did that to prove their points, so I'm not mistaken.
That's a form for information procurement. That's a clipboard.
Yeah, so I nicked a lot of this stuff already at the start of the game. So there's
My case file.
basically a
A
few
roll of
different forms you
plastic
need to
bags
fill out
to
if you want
secure
anything in this
There's no
in
that's
this
a form for
game.
information
So
procurement.
Oh
now
my
we've
God,
done.
procurement forms.
Now there is a form for
Mhm.
information procurement on the clipboard.
Sweet, delicious admin.
My least favorite part of any job ever.
In fairness, this is actually quite realistic, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
this is where it really hurts. So you can see Larry is back now at his desk,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's all good there.
And as a terrible detective, has not noticed his scissors gone.
Yep. his run is hilarious as well. It's just so like it's so fucking Velma out of Scooby Doo for me. It's
Yes,
like
yeah.
It's always handy having one of these tucked away. We ran out not so long ago, and there was a big commotion on this floor.
Future
Well,
plan
like-
for London North.
yeah, I was
Right.
about to say that the local newspaper is just called The Job. It was like, can you be more specific? Like,
No, it does the job.
yeah, that's it. Oh, look at this. They programmed the photocopier, Bob. We can actually.
That's a form for stationery procurement. Without now, there is a form for information.
Anyone in my
Right.
line of work knows the
Mhm.
stress and strain
My case file.
of dealing with a
Yeah.
photocopier.
Absolutely. It's the hardest working thing. And here's the prick that tried to poison us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know what? If you told me that, like, that Halligan did die on the floor of this
don't want
laboratory,
that.
And this
from
is all a
methanol
fever
poisoning,
dream. Or this is
Yeah.
all like his, yeah.
because it does get ridiculous from this point on.
Hey,
Oh, you mean
Halligan.
the destroying
How'd
the
you get on with Miss
mausoleum with
Turner?
salt is not ridiculous
Good to
enough.
see her again.
Yeah, it almost seems like almost like a weird
could say that.
dream that he
What?
had.
Really?
That is kind of the dream
Congratulations,
logic
mate.
of,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And
oh, I
could
need to
you
find
help
the
me with
salt
the
so that I can
bones?
I think
explode
so.
a
I'm on a new
ancient
trail.
building to get
I see.
a amulet
Hmm.
that transforms people.
It is, Chris. It is.
It's
I'll
so
tell you when I
fucking
find
dumb,
out
isn't it?
more.
When you
All right,
when you
Halligan.
work it out like that,
Good
it's
luck anyway.
ridiculous.
Thanks.
So yeah. So we have to play a little bit of a trick on the chief to gain access to the database. And of course, Janet is such a admin box ticker that like she'll go yay or nay based on what we do. So
Okay.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hello, Janet.
Oh,
What about my database inquiry now?
I don't like to repeat myself, Brent. Have you not been listening?
Yes, of course I have.
Well, then you know it all, don't you?
Sure.
In that case, see you later, Brent.
You know, you don't have to be like, like fixing your neck every
See you
5
later,
minutes,
then.
Janet, if you
Take your
just sat
time,
properly.
Brent.
Like, at least, like, that's what I mean. Like she does that angle because they didn't program her swiveling in her chair.
Some tufts of grass from the place where the bones
It's
were
like-
found. In a
like making
bag, it's a
life
form
hard for yourself for no
stationery.
reason.
Now there is a form for information procurement on the clipboard.
So there's a bit of a trickery here now. So what we've done is we've put some black paper on it, so that's going to trace over the information form.
Now I've got a clipboard with the form for information procurement, the carbon paper, and the form for stationery procurement. But the carbon paper juts out a bit.
Well, will
You
it now?
noticed.
Aha!
Now I've got a clipboard with the form for information procurement and the form for stationery procurement. Phew.
So I think we know where we're going with this one, Burkbud, yeah?
yep. Gotta
Pretty,
slowly get there.
Oh yeah, well I mean he's out of breath now after all those
Oh, that running.
that clipboarding, yeah. There he is now, the big man.
Chief?
What is it now, Halligan?
So yeah, we can't do a joy log, you have to give the form to him.
Chief, I've got an 88M9 order form for stationery here.
For stationery? You need new stationery.
Always,
again?
in
Halligan,
fairness,
you'll lead this
this
department
is
to
probably
financial
what
ruin
my boss
someday.
would
Do
be
you know
saying to
that?
me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is possibly the most
extravagant.
empathetic we can be with this character. It's like, yeah, we'll always need more. We need more
to take
pens.
better
Come
care
on.
of
Yeah.
your things, Halligan. Scotland Yard can't print its own money. Every month, the accounts department gives me a hard time because of the deficit. Our budget for office costs is limited.
I know, Chief, but I'm not able to work without a minimum of stationery. Here, I've prepared this for you. You just need to sign it.
Okay then. Okay, give it to me.
It makes you wonder what Halligan is doing with all those pencils.
But that's the last time. Do you understand? You'll have to buy the next sharpener from your own money.
All right, Chief.
Anything else?
They are
Detective?
30 cents.
Yeah.
No, that was it.
That's good. You know the way out, don't you, detective?
But again,
Like,
that's how
cool
daft.
one.
That's how daft some of the red tape is, though. That like if you are literally wanting,
Oh, I am
30%
well
change,
aware.
yeah, it's nonsense. It's just shite. Literally, just better at buying yourself.
That's a form for information procurement. Not a good idea.
So yes, so now that we have what we need, we can hand it all to Janet, the office praying
Janet.
mantis,
Janet.
the origami admin.
It's me again, Janet.
Hello, Brent. How's your case going? Have you got any further yet?
Janet, I need a database inquiry. Have you got time?
Of course, Brent.
Now she changes her tune completely
Yes,
now.
it's here.
Like she's two complete different characters now that we have her form.
Yeah. What way is she lifting up her arm to take it?
Good fucking question. I
Looking for
don't
information
know.
about a
Does she have
group of
arthritis?
circle.
Like, does she have like some sort of like
It won't
fused
take a
bone
moment.
syndrome that makes her turn this way?
Yes, we've got something in the database about them.
You
Let me
don't
see.
have to turn each time, Janet. You can just talk while looking at the screen.
Nope, no.
Order of Neo-Druids. Their head office is in London.
Lord Sinclair.
Lord Oh, fucking Tories again.
Do we know about
I
anyone
just
with
have
a criminal
immediately
record
got
within
the
group?
picture of
Just
Giles
give me a second,
Brandwit
Brent.
in my mind. So, yeah, that's what I'm expecting to find when we go find this Lord Sinclair.
Somebody once
It does
filed
sound
a
like
complaint
it does
that
sound
Lord
like something you say in his
Sinclair
voice. Is that
was
Lord
certain
Sinclair?
Is that all?
I met him on an expedition to Morocco back in the
No, hang
1970s.
on. Oh, some months ago, a gardener was killed on Sinclair's estate.
Murder was
Hmm.
never
Murderer
found.
After
Mystery
the murder,
abounds.
Lord Sinclair and his
Was he
order
also
under
killed with a
surveillance
scythe?
for some time.
Could have
There was
been,
nothing
maybe, we don't
conspicuous
know.
to be found.
Ah, that's interesting. Anything else?
Well, Sinclair was fined once for
Ooh.
hunting without a license.
Another
No,
strange
nothing
one.
else.
Man.
Hmm.
That's enough for now. Could you please give me the address?
There's 234 Winchester Street. That's in the outskirts of the town, a posh area.
Good. Thanks a lot, Janet.
Shit.
I have to go.
Okay, Brent. See you later.
Lord Sinclair, king of the council estate.
Hello, Janet. How's it going?